In the words of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, culture does not make people. People make culture. If it is true that the full humanity of women is not our culture, then we can and must make it our culture. In the kaleidoscope of human identities, gender is not simply a binary choice. It's a spectrum, an individual's personal narrative. It's an inherent right to identify oneself as they feel, without external judgment or pressure. Recognizing self-identified gender does not only respect individual rights, but also promotes a more inclusive and diverse society. Dr. Diane Ehrensaft, a renowned psychologist and gender specialist, once said, "Gender is not something we are born with, it's something we do." This sentiment echoes across the scholarly landscape, championing the recognition of self-identified gender as a crucial step towards inclusivity. Esteemed experts from diverse fields, from psychology to sociology, advocate for this recognition, affirming that gender is a fluid construct rather than a fixed biological dictate. Dr. Jack Drescher, a psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, emphasizes, "There is no one way to be a man or a woman, and it's time our institutions reflect that." These views underscore the pressing need for societal and legal acceptance of gender fluidity. Legal scholar and gender theorist Dean Spade asserts, "Law should reflect our understanding of gender as a self-determined identity, not a biological destiny." The benefits of this recognition are far-reaching. Studies indicate that recognition of self-identified gender can significantly improve mental health and overall well-being. Dr. Sari Reisner, a public health researcher, points out, when individuals can live authentically, free from societal pressure to conform to gender norms, they experience fewer mental health issues and report higher life satisfaction. In conclusion, the expert consensus is clear. Recognizing and respecting individuals' self-identified gender is not just about rights, it's about health, happiness, and human dignity. And let's remember, fluid gender means any gender at any time whenever it suits. Your legal right would be protected based on your own inclinations at the time, no matter how often they change. As philosopher Judith Butler famously stated, "Gender is not a fact, it is a performance. It is not something we are, it is something we do, an act, a doing, rather than a being." Imagine a world where everyone is treated equally, irrespective of their gender identity. That's the power of legal recognition of self-identified gender. In such a world, the workplace becomes a place of equal opportunity. For instance, men who identify as women are not only seen as women in the eyes of the law, but are also treated as such in their employment conditions. They can meet the same qualifications for duties as women, promoting fairness and equality, or just legally change gender if this was more suitable. The same, of course, for women in the workplace. This legal recognition could enhance diversity, foster inclusivity, and encourage a rich exchange of ideas and perspectives. In the realm of education, these individuals could enjoy the same opportunities to work or study at any educational organization. They'd be treated as any gender they chose, with any special qualifications or legal priorities reserved for that gender, or just switch genders if this was more consistent with their own proclivities. This could lead to a more diverse, inclusive, and enriched educational environment. The positive implications extend to legal proceedings as well. For instance, men who identify as women could be treated as such in all courts and legal proceedings, including children's custody hearings and special courts where priorities are given to women. This would ensure fairness and justice for all, regardless of gender identity. In sports, they'd have the right to join any professional or amateur groups, events, leagues, and tournaments reserved for women. Just imagine the increased diversity and competitiveness this could bring to women's sports. These individuals could also join special clubs or societies, protection facilities, and special assistance institutions reserved for women. They'd have the right to use any facility, public or otherwise, reserved for women. This would ensure they are included and treated equally in all areas of life. And if they commit a crime, they'd be incarcerated in prisons for women. This would respect their gender identity and contribute to their safety. In essence, the legal recognition of self-identified gender could transform our society into a more diverse, inclusive, and fair place. It could break down barriers, foster understanding, and promote equality for all. As Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, "Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are the exception."